Alright, where to go, man?
How you doing?
Nice, man.
I'll be downstairs.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a Detroit bass player, another Detroit bass player hanging out with us. And he goes by the name of Mr. Robert Patterson, playing the 6th string. What's up, brother?
What's going on, Big Eye?
Hey, we want to do an interview with you, bro. We got a couple of other people that's going to be hanging out with us. Might chime in a little bit. We got with us Mr. Mike Rich, and he got a bass next to him and stuff.
Yeah, I got my toy, my Spectre.
We also got in the house Mr. Alvin Grimes, and we got the hand of Reggie Canty, also the owner of The Basement. That's where we at, in The Basement. BASSMINT, Basement. Okay, so
what's going on?
Well, man, like I always like to ask people, start off with one question, but I'm gonna change that for you. What's that you got in your hand, man? That looks real familiar, man.
This here is an Ibanez SR506.
You know, I have that exact same bass, but it just don't look as good as yours, or sound as good. Or sound is good. Mine all beat up, and I just don't get how your shine just has a luster to it. What do you do anything special?
I don't know, man. Yours might just have a few more miles on it than mine. You're a working bass player. I'm a bass player that works. Here's the difference.
Now I see you got a little red ribbon on the near the neck by the first fret. What's up with that, man?
That's just a little something to give me a little muting technique when I'm working down here on some of the higher tones, okay. So I don't get a whole lot of ring from the lower notes.
Right. Well, yeah. For somebody that might be in the market for buying a 6-string bass, you keep in mind that you're going to have to relearn how to play, because those extra strings will ring. You know what I'm saying? If you don't learn how to play that 6-string. Now back to the regular questions. When did you start playing bass and why?
Wow. I started playing at the age of 12. Why? Inspiration.
What was the inspiration to either have a bass call you or you pick it up?
Well, I had a natural love for music. My father used to sing. It was just inbred in me, the love of music. I love to listen to some old school James Brown, Marvin Gaye, all that good stuff. But I also had a cousin. I have a cousin. Ralph. A brother by the name of Ralph Humes. And this brother was a cold... let me rephrase that. He is a cold bass player. I used to just love to sit back and watch him play. And I would go to his house and visit with him. And he would just throw on an album, some cameos, some Isley Brothers, some Al Jarreau, some Lonnie Liston Smith, and just played right along with it and hit every note. And then he'd add his own little stuff in there. And I'd sit there in amazement watching him play this stuff. And then when he had to go to work, I would sneak into his bass case and pull that thing out and see if I could do it. Quite naturally, I couldn't. But I kept working at it until I finally learned to play a few notes and just developed a love for it and kept on going.
That's pretty good. Now, some of them records you were listening to, did you start admiring any bass players besides your brother Ralph?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Name some of them bass players.
Naturally, the big three: Stanley, Marcus, and Victor. Quite naturally, but there's some groups I used to like to listen to. Who was the bassist that played for Mr. James Brown?
That was Bootsy for a little while.
We had Bootsy,
Bootsy.
not before.
Yeah, Bootsy. Bootsy Collins.
Whoever, if it was Bootsy, that was one funky dude. I used to love to listen to James Brown bass lines.
Tim.
Cameo.
Somebody named Tim.
Marcus, of course Marcus
There was
Miller.
one guy that stayed in for a pretty good time. I can't think of his name.
But as far as personal inspirations, Brother Michael Rich, who just walked out of the room.
Oh, this guy right here? Is one of your
And I have to add on that too, because Ralph was so inspiring. I had to go buy the same bass that he did. The Kramer with the metal neck on it. Oh man, that drove me nuts. I was just like, he would dance around and play while he's playing it, and then the neck would shine, and it's like it glowed in the dark. I said, I got to get me one of those.
Okay,
I used to go down and watch Mr. Jimmy Ali when he played with
another Detroit bass player,
Alexander Zanji.
Okay.
Oh man, Alexander would just leave the stage and let Jimmy play a bass solo, and I would just sit there and watch him play, and like brother Candy said, my jaw would drop and hit the floor. I sit there with my mouth wide open watching him play this solo. He just he just stole the show.
Awesome dude, man.
Oh man, the guy
He's an awesome dude.
He's awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah, hopefully he's gonna be doing.
Jimmy Ali.
Hopefully he's gonna be doing one with us via Skype, unless he comes to Detroit.
I'd like to get him to come to Detroit to do it.
That would be good.
That would be good.
As a matter of fact, if you're looking for a great bass that was pre-owned by Mr. Jimmy Ali, they got that 6-string Ken Smith.
Ken Smith, the one that he did that solo? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is that for sale at?
It's at Huber and Breeze.
You know, that's a dangerous place to be.
Yeah.
All your money up.
All money.
Yeah, I was just up there the other day picking up that bad boy right there.
Yeah, I see.
Huber and Reese.
That's our
Breeze.
Breeze.
Okay, so
Roseville on
Grossbeck, yeah.
Grossbeck on 13.
Okay. Yeah.
Grossbeck at 13.
Yeah.
What's on Grossbeck at 13?
Huber and Breeze.
Huber and Breeze music.
And Fraser.
And Fraser. Okay. So, what happened was I ran into you on Detroit bass players on Facebook and stuff, and heard some of your songs and stuff, and you do like this lead bass stuff. If I could put it into words, it's like cover songs. Instead of the singer singing it, your bass sings it. Is that what you do a lot of, man?
That's the whole idea.
Yeah, and they sound real lovely, man. I really like the stuff and your approach towards it's kind of Wayman Tisdale-ish.
I got to give credit where it's due. Got to give a shout out. May he rest in peace, Mr. Wayman Tisdale.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
My man.
Any other basses that you feeling?
Ralph Armstrong.
Another Detroit bass player.
Another Detroit bass player. William Pope.
Oh yeah.
Another Detroit bass player.
I was not familiar with William until I joined the Detroit bass players. But when I heard him play, I was sold out. Mr. Fred Hammond.
Another Detroit bass player.
Another Detroit bass player. And Fred Hammond's current bass player, a young man by the name of Snoop. Alan Snoop Evans.
Boy, ridiculous, ain't he?
He's good.
He's ridiculous.
He's really good. And I particularly like this young man by the name of what's his name? Brandon Rose.
Another Detroit bass player.
Another Detroit bass player. He came to my church one day, a couple of years back, and he barely stood as tall as his bass. Didn't know what to expect from this young man, but when he started playing, it was all over. It was all over. But he has grown since then, and oh my, what are they putting in the milk?
I'm telling you, it's turning into a monster.
Yeah, he's a beast, a young beast.
Yes, he is.
I'm
looking for great things from him.
He's determined to learn his craft. That's what it really is.
Oh yeah.
He's determined to learn his craft.
Oh, and he's doing a good job.
I asked him. We asked him one day, man, how often do you practice? And he gave the best answer I've ever heard. He said, not enough. I fell on the floor. I fell on the floor because that's most people's problem. They got no work ethic. He got it.
And the seeds will bloom.
It will.
So did you? I mean, like I said, I like your style and everything. Did you study bass? You go to school for it? Or you self-taught?
Basically, self-taught. I've worked with another Detroit bass player briefly by the name of Andy Howard.
Anderson Howard?
Anderson Howard.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. We heard about Anderson Howard when he was down.
You kind of know about him.
With the round table, he came down here. That's a nice dude. Nice instructor and everything.
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, I do intend to hook up with Andy again and work some things out. He lives not far from me. I just found that out, so we're gonna get together.
Right now,
work on some projects.
And after being mentored by these cats, you plan on teaching any yourself or stuff like that?
As a matter of fact, I like to send a shout out to a part-time student that I have right now, Pastor Thaddeus Shore. He's coming right along on that bass. He loves it.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking lessons online, and every time I go see him, he's gotten better and better and better.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, is it any material that you working on? What you got planned coming up, man?
As a matter of fact, I'm working on a CD right now. It's entitled "The String Psalmist." You can hear some of that material on YouTube. There's some slideshow videos. You may have seen some of them. Mm-hmm. You can go to youtube.com/StringDoctor612.
Okay. Now, what the 612 stand for?
That is actually a date.
Oh, okay.
I won't speak on what the date
what it represents.
What it represents, but it's a date, June 12th.
Okay. Well, you know that ain't too far from now.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I got an anniversary coming up there.
Now, I guess I should have asked before I asked you what you got going on now. What are some of the stuff that you have worked on? I mean, you know, where you been playing at? What you been doing?
Well,
who's some of the people you kicked it with music with?
Wow. That goes back a ways. It started in the backyard with the fellas in the hood.
That's what I'm talking about. That's where it should start.
Right, and then it went on to the basement of a man that I like to send a shout out to, Mr. Lake Bates. He let me come over and play his bass even before I had one. Mm-hmm. And I had some friends that came over and jammed with me. He had all the instruments over there for us. He had drums, bass, guitars, and all that stuff.
We need more people like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a blues man himself. Mm-hmm. He would come down and do a few blues cuts, and then he would go about his business, and then he would leave us down there to do our stuff. We was playing Sugar Hill.
For good times.
We play that all day long.
Bring back the memories.
We just be down there jamming, you know, and he let us come and play down there. And while we were playing there, and we grew together and started sounding like a band, we got recruited by another guy who was putting bands together in Mount Clemens, a brother by the name of Carlos Smith, who was also my cousin. They called him Duke. Mm-hmm. And the name of his band was the Underground Resurrection. Mm-hmm. So we did, tell you the truth, I was doing nightclubs at the age of 13.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they wouldn't, we were so young we couldn't come from backstage until it was time to play, because, you know, there was a lot of drinking and smoking and stuff going on. They didn't want us to be around all that. But I played with the Underground Resurrection for a while, and then from there I started playing in church.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. A lot of Detroit bass players learn a lot of good stuff in church.
Seen that earlier. Seen that earlier.
I've played with some R&B groups, some blues groups. Let's see. You ever heard of Danny Blue and the High Style Band? That was a group out here in Detroit. Had a lot of fun with them. We did some things opening up for Junior Walker and Norma Jean Bell and All Stars. Had a lot of fun out here in the city. Currently, I'm playing for my church. And I got some things developing right now where I'm going to be working with a friend of mine, phenomenal keyboard player. You can look him up on YouTube. He goes by the name of Danye. Look up Danye Music, D-O-N-Y-E-A. Brother's phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'm going to be working some things out with him. And don't forget to check me out on YouTube, String Doctor 612.
Now, did you ever play with this guy ever?
Me and Mike, man, we did some phenomenal stuff in high school, talent show stuff. You know, he would be on one end of the stage with his bass, and I'd be on the other end of the stage with my bass. And while I'm over here doing my solo, he's on the other side of the other end of the stage turning flips.
With a bass in your hand?
With a bass in his hand.
Yeah, I could do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you still do that?
I don't know. I ain't flipped. Oh, sorry.
I don't think you can still do the flip.
No.
Without the
But he
bass.
can still play that bass.
Wait a minute. So you telling me back in 1950 or whenever that was?
We got it right now. We gonna forget.
Actually, that was in the 80s.
You telling me back in the 80s that you guys didn't see anything wrong with having two bass players on the same stage, man?
No, actually, I'll go on elaborate. You mind?
Go ahead.
Okay, there was a song that came out by the Reddings. They were the children of Otis Redding. And they had the song called The Awakening. And it was nothing but a bass solo. So me and Robert sat down one time and said, split this up. You do half, I do half. We broke it into 4-bar increments. And that's how we made the show. And he would do 4, I would do 4. He would do 4, I would do 4.
Okay.
And it just worked. And Robert's playing a little bit of it now.
Is that some of it? That's some of it?
Yeah, that's some of it. See, like Robert and I, since we were so close in age, this was the time when slapping got real big and both of us could do it. So we tried to show off. You know, chase women. What made y'all decide to do the two basses? Why? I mean, what gave y'all the guts to go two basses? Because they wasn't doing two basses. You might have two drummers,
right?
But I ain't see. Have y'all ever seen prior to that two basses doing?
I don't think so. I think we the first one did it.
I think we
gonna take credit.
We opened the door for that one because it was a lot of fun, and from what I hear from those who witnessed it, it went over quite well.
Right.
I mean, that's what they tell me.
I got kids. You put the bass behind your head. You was like, oh my God, I had to play bass. I'm like, I wasn't really doing nothing. I was showing off.
Oh, so you just inspired a few people, huh?
Yeah.
You got some little Mike Rich bass players running around here. That's pretty good. Now you said where I can reach, or you said where we can reach. Check out your videos and some of your music. But where could we reach you if we want to holler at you or kick it with you online or something?
Okay, you can reach me at on Facebook, Robert E. Patterson, Patterson, on Facebook.
Okay. Any other websites you got?
I have an email address, stringdoctor@msn.com.
Okay, and you know, I don't like keeping nobody, man, because I always feel guilty when I'm asking people questions and stuff. And dang, man, come on now, I see you over there. And so I always say, what I say, I don't want to keep you, but truth is, I really do. But I say that because I don't, want to feel guilty for holding you and stuff. Is it anything that, well, first let me ask Mr. Anxious over here, like, is there anything you guys want to say? Is there anything, before I let you go, is there anything anybody else like to ask this fine bass player?
I would like to ask him a question.
Okay.
That's an interesting instrument over there. I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about that.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
now that bass right there,
That's yours too, huh?
yes it is, has a very, very interesting story behind it. This is the HMR Elite 5. And the way I came about acquiring this bass is a very interesting story, although also tragic. The original bass, the original owner of this bass is a good friend of mine by the name of Elder Roosevelt James. May he rest in peace. He purchased this bass from Mr. Ron Couts, the guy who made it. Unfortunately, he only had a chance to play this bass twice before he passed away. Mr. Roosevelt James' wife is one of the assistant pastors at my church. And she held on to the bass for sentimental reasons for maybe about a couple of years before she even mentioned anything to me about it. But she decided that she was going to do something with it. Somebody can, you know, do some good with it. So she asked me if I would take it and see if I can find a buyer for it, have it appraised, see how much it's worth, and you know, see what I can do. So I told her to bring me the bass, and she brought it to me, and I played it. I liked it. I put it back in the case.
You found the buyer?
I went back and opened the case. I took it out. I played it a little more. I liked it a little more. However, at the time, I wasn't in the market for a 5-string bass. I had fallen in love with the 6. I was in the market for another 6. So I took it and had it appraised at Huber and Breeze. They told me what they would sell it for. However, they didn't know anything about it themselves. I didn't know anything about the bass. I didn't know what an HMR was. I took it back home. I played it some more. I liked it some more, you know. This is a nice bass.
That sounds really hot.
Huh?
That sounds really hot with that thing.
What kind of what?
Pickups.
These are Bartolini's.
Ooh.
It's got Sadowski.
Show me.
Sadowski.
Show me the
Yeah.
bass. Let me see what you talking about. So when you talk about it.
These are the Bartolini pickups. It's got Sadowski preamp inside. I mean,
So that's why it sounds so hot.
if you want to see this bass really demonstrated the way it's supposed to be, on YouTube, go to HMR Elite 5, and you can see my man William Pope playing on this bass, this particular bass.
The same exact one that's in your hand.
Exact bass that I hold in my hand was demonstrated by William Pope. This was back in 2009. This was before Elder James bought it.
Right.
Now, I didn't know anything about an HMR bass until I joined the Detroit Bass Players. And I posted a picture of this bass. Detroit Bass Players started asking me, is that an HMR? I said, no. No, it's not. It's not an HMR. It's a Marcus Miller Fender Jazz copy. Because that's what I thought it was. That's what it sounded like. That's what it felt like, you know. And what's his name, Parker Klein.
Another Detroit bass player.
Another Detroit bass player told me, no. That is the HMR Elite 5. That is number 1 of 25 that was supposed to be made. That's the first one that was made. Hey, what you talking about, Parker? And then Kerry Lacey, another Detroit bass player. He sent me a link that sent me to YouTube, which showed another Detroit bass player, William Pope, playing my bass. And he was beating the ever-loving crap out of this bass. I almost got mad the way he was playing my bass.
And that was in the pad.
That was back in 2009.
Yeah.
I wanted to call Pope and tell him, get up off my ass.
No virgin bass no more.
Oh, he broke her in.
All right, that's a pretty cool story, man. Anybody else got any questions for this fine bassist?
I got one comment. I just wanted to say thank you, man. I said it before, but I wanted to say it on film for that composite that you made up of all the pictures and some of the clips.
Oh
that we
man,
made.
I had to do it.
That was that was a very tasty little piece of video composite that you put. I wanted to say I appreciate that you're doing that. I posted it up on my page. Everybody liked it.
Okay, and for somebody else that might want to check that out. Oh, by the way, I checked it out too, and I thought it was a real nice put together, man. I enjoyed it as well, and what a shameless way to have your music going, your personal music going in the background. That was real. That was real sweet. You know what I'm saying? Had my attention the whole time. And if somebody who missed it, because you know that stuff on our Detroit Facebook page, it scrolls down and then it goes to.
If you want to look deep enough, it's still there. They can find it.
But if they just wanted to go straight to it, where could we see that video at?
Oh, you can see that video if you come to my Facebook page. It's right there.
Okay, so you keep it up and up in the top and stuff.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I haven't put it on YouTube yet, but I will.
Yeah, please put it on YouTube. Well, man, I don't want to keep you. Yes, I do, but I don't want to. You know. But is there anything you would like to say before you play us out?
I really appreciate what you guys are doing here. I count it a very high privilege to be associated with you guys, to be a part of the Detroit Bass Players. And hey, if you're looking for a show enough funky bassist, somebody that knows what they're doing, come to the Detroit Bass Players. You'll find just what you're looking for. There's some guys in here that are so talented. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. I didn't know that there was so much talent on this instrument right here in Detroit. They make me. There was one guy that was here earlier just made me nervous. I'm glad he left before my interview.
You talking about that bad boy Mike Frederick?
Oh my goodness! I escorted him out of here with a chicken wing in his hand. I made sure he left. Okay. Yeah, they need to check everybody out on Detroit Bass Players and DetroitBassPlayers.com. You a member of DetroitBassPlayers.com? Yes, I am.
Cool. So you can leave stuff there, man. Share some of your knowledge. You know, everybody. You just never know one person's trick that'll help out the next person. All of that kind of good stuff. So
we're ready to try out one right now. I want to see if I hope it's big enough to go around my neck.
The neck of your guitar?
I never really did
talking about the neck of your guitar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like that ain't gonna fit around your neck. I can choke you if you want to die.
That's a cable tie. Is that the cable tie that you use? I hope it is big enough.
See how creative they are. I used to put a scrunchie on mine, right?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
But by the time I stretched the scrunchie around the headstock, it was too loose. Yeah, but I ain't never thought about that, right? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we like to thank Mr. Robert Patterson for joining us here at the Bass Roundtable in the basement at Mr. Reggie Canty's house. And man, could you just play us something out? Anything? No, man, that was real nice, man. Mr. Robert Patterson.
That's what we talking about. That's how we do it.
That's how we do it.